Hello everybody and welcome to PrimePlays FTL. It's the first video in what I hope to be quite a long running series. Now I have just gone and deleted all of my previous data, which hurt a little, but I figured we'd go for a fresh start. So let's start a new game. And the ship here that we start with even is the Kestrel. We'll be getting GM Foe, Pomeroy and Teldarin, along with starting with an Artemis missile and Burst Laser 3. We'll just be playing through the first few runs on easy. We'll wait till we've built up and got a few more ships before tackling the more difficult, well, the harder difficulties. Yeah, that'll do. Now, on top of that, I'm not running any mods, it's just FTL Advanced Edition. The data you carry is vital to the remaining Federation fleet. You'll need supplies for the journey, so make sure to explore each sector before moving on to the next. But get to the exit before the pursuing rebel fleet can catch up. And then there's a tip. Let's jump up. First thing we're going to do is save our current crew position. So that's GM Foe in the engine room. We've got Pomeroy on weapons, and our helmsman is Teldarin. Guess the only thing left to do now is make our very first jump. I do quite enjoy this game. I've played quite a lot. You detect a rebel scout on an attack approach to a small refueling outpost. Their weapons are charged, but they're not firing yet. We can intervene and defend the outpost or avoid the conflict. Now, I will read out the messages up until a point where, do you know what, we've had most of them, so I'll just skip through them. We'll get to the sort of meat and potatoes of the game, if you will. Let's intervene and defend the outpost. You'll probably note that I am quite an aggressive player. It's just how I like to play. The rebel responds to your threat. I don't know who you are, but no one defies the rebel fleet. They move in to engage. Oh, we didn't think about powering our weapons up at all there. It's not a good start. So I think the first thing we'll do is fire our burst laser at their shields. I don't think they can really do any damage to us, but they can take our missiles out, so there's no point in firing any really. We've already taken down their shields, so the next thing really is to take down their weapons. And their weapons are down. We'll carry on hitting the shields. This is really just a by the numbers one. Not all fights would go this easy. I wish they would, but they don't. So one more hit and the enemy will be destroyed, and we'll see what kind of goodies we get from them. There we are. So their ship breaks apart and you quickly salvage what you can. We got 3 fuel, 1 missile and 22 scrap, so that'll do this. The outpost tells you the pompous bastards expected free service just because they defeated the Federation. Take this for the help. So we got another 4 fuel and another 19 scrap. As starts go, that's not too bad, so let's jump to an unvisited location here. I want to try and hit as many of these before hitting the exit. Once you arrive, your screen lights up with warnings. A nearby pirate seems to have advanced hacking tools and they've tried to shut down your engines. Your crew manages to keep them barely operational and you move into attack. Damn right we move into attack. First thing we're going to do is fire a missile at the shields, and then we'll instantly fire our burst laser at their weapons, see if we can take them offline. Fire is not a good start. Make sure that we keep their weapons offline. It was maybe a waste of a missile there, but I just wanted to get them dealt with. I didn't want to take any extra damage that they might be able to get off. But with the pirate ship destroyed, your ship's system is restored to full functionality. You salvage what you can from the debris, which is 2 fuel and 13 scrap, so not quite as good as the last fight, but we can't expect them all to go that way. Still, we only took 1 damage, and yeah, I think we're about ready to get out of here. I really hate nebulas, I really do. Let's see if we can go down and up like that. I don't think we'll hit all of those systems, but we'll try and get as many as we can in. You arrive at a populated sector. One merchant seems to be mass broadcasting a request for a mercenary ship to aid him. Shall we respond? Yes, we shall. Your ship seems reasonably equipped. A freighter carrying a shipment of my goods is a week late. The fools flew through a pirate-filled sector in their haste, and I fear for the cargo's safety. I'm looking for a less incompetent captain to investigate. let's do it. At least you're confident for what little that's worth. Here is their last known location. So they added a quest marker to our map. Let's see where that is. Over there. So I guess we could go from the store down to there and then across and up to... We'll try. We'll see how it goes, I guess. Worst case scenario, we don't make it. But a ship engineer has set up a small shop here. So we could get... They've got a number of drones here. Combat, anti-personnel system repair. We'd need a drone control to do that anyway, which we just don't have enough for. Crew teleporter or mind control. We don't really want either of those. Guess we could just fix it. And you know what, let's take a look at the ship, see about upgrading something there. Shields seem like a good option. We can take 1 power out of the med bay and put 2 into shields and then jump. Well, let's not risk it. It's the first sector, so we've got plenty of time. An advanced rebel automated ship remains stationed near a small rebel space station. Sensors indicate it's a storage vessel for military goods. So let's attack the automated ship to get to the storage cache. First thing we're going to want to do is take down their shields and their weapons. So let's start by firing a missile at the shields. Okay, we missed. To be honest, I don't think they'd be able to get through our shields at the moment anyway. In fact, they wouldn't, so that was really a waste of a missile. But accidents happen. I hope as we progress through the series you'll see me get better at the game. You know, try out various different tactics and what have you. I think for this first run though, we're just going to go straight up, get as many weapons as possible and hope for the best. So they've been destroyed now. We've salvaged what we can from the broken ship, which is just 23 scrap, that'll do. We investigate the station. The station is a storage site for various resources. We salvage everything possible, which gives us 3 fuel, 3 missiles, and 14 scrap. Actually, we maybe should have bought missiles when we were back at the shop. We've only got about 9, but we're not hurting too badly. We have a distress signal. Might as well go to that on our way to the quest. We follow the distress beacon to a tiny asteroid belt. You find a small ship struggling to maneuver through the field. Hail them and offer assistance. They respond, help, our shield's down and we won't last long. We can try to shield their ship with ours, or don't risk our ship and leave them to their fate. We'll try it. We took 1 damage to our hull. That's not so bad actually in the grand scheme of things, because we did get 4 fuel and 28 scrap. You succeed in preventing them from being entirely destroyed. But your ship took a number of hits in the process. They offer some of the scrap and fuel they were mining out of the asteroid as thanks. Well, that'll do. 77 scrap isn't so bad, and we'll go to our quest. I get a feeling we're going to get attacked. Don't know why, just have that feeling. We arrive at the last known location of the merchant's delivery and begin to scan for the lost ship. We find the remains of the ship. It seems to have severe external damage, but you cannot pinpoint a cause. The majority of its cargo seems intact, and you manage to discern the ship's intended destination. So from that we got 1 missile, 1 drone part and 20 scrap. We can take the cargo and head for its original destination in search of a reward. Or we can just take the cargo for ourselves. Do you know what, we're not going to hit the original destination. Just take the cargo for ourselves. The cargo was some food and medical supplies, nothing that you need right now. You make a note of the delivery destination in case you want to drop off the cargo for the payment. So they've added a quest marker to our map. We'll see what that is. Do you know what, it's the next one along, we might as well. It's on our way. Okay, so we find that the station had ordered... We find the station that had ordered our cargo. You drop it off and they respond, ignoring the fact that this is days late. We really appreciate that you delivered our materials. We realise how dangerous this sector is these days. Take this as payment, which is 22 scrap, and an anti-ship beam drone. We can sell that for more scrap later on. It seems we have a fire going on. I missed that earlier. You guys are probably already shouting at me, you've got a fire, Prime. What the hell do you think you're doing? And I would agree. Well, first let's get them healed up and then we can worry about fixing our weapons. Do you know what, it's better that we did that on this, an essentially empty system, than jumped into a fight and then realised what we were doing. What's going on? Oh yes, we need that. So let's wait for Pomeroy to heal up and then we'll get them all in here and see if we can get their repair abilities up sort of together, I guess. Does that make sense? At least we've got a missile back up. Take the power out of the med bay and put that back in the burst laser at which point we will send them all back to their stations. I'd really like to get someone on shields, to be honest, and maybe someone on the doors as well. No, we don't have time for any of that. Okay, so we spot a small rebel ship nearby. It seems to have been refitted for transport rather than combat. It does not seem to want to engage you or your ship. Which demand the surrender of their goods, prepared to secure their cargo by force, and they look like they don't want to fight, they're trying to escape. So very first thing we are going to do is fire the Artemis missiles at their shields, and the burst laser will fire at their weapons, I suppose. Bad bit of damage there, but nothing we can't really handle. We really need to get our weapon system down, thinking about it. There you go, and that's them dealt with. The ship's cargo is not salvageable, however they seem to have been surveying the region. They possess detailed maps and data. You download what you can to the ship's map. A bit late for that really, but we got 22 scrap out of it. We have some repairs to do as well, so let's get all of these guys in here. Because GM Foe, I believe, needs some health. And then we'll get them on the shields, and then we'll send a couple of them in to deal with that. Tell Darren you can just go back on the helm, I suppose. There we go. What am I doing? We're going to need that anyway. I think while we are at it, let's put one more in power. That'll do for now, I think. I know I'm sitting on a lot of scrap. If there's a store right at the beginning of the next sector, we might pick up something we need and might need to allocate power elsewhere or allocate upgrades elsewhere. I'm pretty happy with where we're at for the moment though. So the only thing left to do really is to jump to the exit. Arrived at the long-range beacon. When the FTL drive is charged, you can jump to the next sector. A small platform orbits near the station and looks like a fueling station of some sort, and is cheerily broadcasting reasonable prices in a spectrum of frequencies and languages. Let's dock with the refueling platform. The platform seems to be malfunctioning and could ignite at any moment. Let's give this station a wide berth and carry on. We're not hurting for fuel. After a short time, a few silent explosions caused the depressurized tanks to implode. It's probably a good thing that we got away from it, but we're not hurting for fuel, so I wasn't going to risk taking damage for the sake of it. You know? There we are. So we'll jump to the next sector, and I think we will go NG controlled. But this should be the end of part 1. I hope you enjoyed it. Obviously leave a like if you liked the video, and dislike if you disliked it. Remember to subscribe, and I'll see you again in part 2 of PrimePlays FTL. Thanks for watching.